Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to go over another video that came across my feed because I think there are a few things that we can learn from it. So as usual, let's watch the whole video first, and then we'll go back and I'll break it down. So just to start off, set the groundwork before we go through this video is for working out your back. It says 4 2-arm dumbbell row grip variations. So let's watch the video. Okay, that's the whole video. So let's break it down. What I think we can learn from this video. So first of all, he has things broken down in the little graphics on top saying mid and lower back. I guess he's dividing this by upper, middle, and lower quadrants, although his mid back there still looks like lower to me. And then he has lower back, which I don't know, I guess is part of the lats, whereas the other one had a little bit more than part of the lats. I don't know. These divisions are kind of weird. They don't really line up with muscle groups per se. It has upper back and rear delts. Now that's what I would normally consider the middle back, right? Your lower traps, your rhomboids, those middle back muscles that squeeze your shoulder blades together. So I would normally consider that mid back. Then he has back overall, though he's missing the traps there. So that's how he's breaking down the 4 regions of the back in this video. So let's go over the exercises he's doing. So the first one he's doing is a row, and for some reason he's calling out the rotation of the forearms or his wrists. And now he's doing his row. Now we have these elbows going back. I have no idea what these elbows mean. These arrows, sorry, not these elbows. He's got these little circles around his hands and these arrows angling up and back. Yeah, those arrows don't really make any sense to me. That's not like your hands are moving. It's not like you're doing up and back on your row, so I'm not sure why those arrows are there. Okay, now he's doing it. So, if you notice in this video, he's getting a little bit of a rock every time he lifts. And I'm not sure why he's doing that, right? Because that's basically using his lower body, a little bit of hip hinging, using his legs to get that momentum up and down. So that little mini bump or push from his legs is taking away from his back. So it's almost like it's like ego lifting, right? It's like getting a little swing on your bicep curls. I don't know why he's using his leg. I don't know why his whole body is moving up and down. Really, his body should be set and only his shoulder blades and elbows should be moving. So that's one note right there. Also, he's a bit at an angle like this, which is fine, but if you're capable, meaning you have enough hip hinge mobility, it would be better to get more horizontal. That way, your retraction of your scapula working more directly against resistance, as well as your row. When you're up like this, now you're getting a bit more of these upper back muscles, the traps in there, because you're moving up at this angle. Sure, you're still getting some rolling with your lats, but not as direct of a line of resistance as you would if you were more horizontal. So a solution to that would be to do it unilaterally with your hand on a bench or something, which would allow you to get more horizontal, right? Or if you have enough mobility, right, you can maintain your posture and hinge at the hips all the way over to do it that way. So I would definitely recommend getting more horizontal and don't use this leg lifting thing he's doing on these. All right, gotta unlock my phone. So that was the first exercise. Let's see what exercise number 2 is. Oh, also that first one he said was for mid and lower back. Because of his angle, his upward lift, I would say he's getting a bit more mid upper back there as well. And his second exercise, he says for lower back. And now he's definitely emphasizing, for some reason, rotating his wrist outward. Okay. Now these arrows at least make more sense, right? These arrows show this sweeping up back motion, so that's correct. So, once again, he's probably a bit higher up than would be best. He's also still getting his leg movement. But the most important thing I want to point out is he specifically calls out the wrist position. And that makes no difference on your lats, okay? Your lats attach into your humerus. Okay, so they run, right? They attach in some fascia and stuff along your spine and down here, and it kind of wraps around your body into your humerus. If your lat attaches into your humerus, then whatever your wrists are doing don't make any difference to what your lats are doing. The only thing that's going to make a difference in terms of what muscles are working in your back are going to be the movement of your scapula, right? Your shoulder blades, whether they come straight back, whether they're coming upward and back, right? And the path of travel of your elbows, right? Whether your elbows are coming in close to your body, coming in about wider relative to your body. Only the path of travel of your upper arm, right? The angle of your elbows and the movement of your scapula are the only things that are going to affect which back muscles you're using. So whether your hands are pronated, supinated, neutral, that doesn't matter if you're pulling the same way with your elbows. So he's doing basically the exact same exercise in regards to his back in exercise 2 here. Wait, 2? Yeah, 2 here as 1. Right? In both exercises, he has the same body angle. He's getting that same movement, both of which I don't think are ideal. And in both exercises, he's pulling the same way. The only thing he's changing is that on number 1, his wrists were pointed this way, and on number 2, his wrists were pointed that way. Now, I understand why people think this, because if you're on a machine or something, when you are supinated like this, it's more natural, right, to pull close to your body and focus your lats. But the position of the hands isn't the thing making you do that. It's just lending you to want to do that. You could easily pull towards your body with a pronated or neutral grip, and that'll work your back just the same. So his exercise number 2 here is basically the same as his exercise number 1. In terms of the muscles worked, he's doing the exact same thing. All he did is change his wrist position, which makes no difference whatsoever. All right, let's go to exercise number 3 here, which he claims is for upper back and rear delts. So, okay, now he's rotating his wrist out. So he's pronated wrist, and he is correct on this one. This position will work your, I would say mid-back. I would call it mid-back, right? Your rhomboids and your scapular retractors and your rear delts. Now, a couple of notes I would have is, it's hard to tell from the front angle he's at, but it looks like his body is rounded. Okay, so what I mean by that is hard to tell from the front view, but what it looks like is that it looks like he's doing this. Okay, I could be wrong, but let's discuss it as if he was. So if he's rounded like this, right, that's not good. What you want to be is you want to keep that posture still. You want to hinge over at the hips, just like with the other exercises, and do your exercise that way, right? And make sure you want to squeeze your scapula up to get those mid-back muscles, right? Your rhomboids, your lower traps, right? And you want to bring your elbows out and up, right, in the sweep. And personally, I keep my elbows at a little bit of an angle. So it's a bit like an arrow shape if you're looking at it from the back versus coming straight out like this. So those would be my recommendations for that. In addition, you'll notice, it's not a big thing, this is more of a nitpick, but when he's pulling up, his elbows kind of come in. I mean, his hands come in a little bit. What that tells me is he's pulling more of his hands and trying to get these weights up of his hands versus pulling out with his elbows. Ideally, your forearms should stay vertical, right? The weight should hang, and the movement is really your elbows coming around back, right? It should not be the weights coming in. It should be elbows round and back. I do understand that you're not going to be perfect on this, so it could just be a little form nitpick. I'm not sure if he's directly pulling straight up, so I think he's doing fine there, but just a little mental cue to keep in mind. So that was exercise 3. Now we're going to exercise 4. Okay, and once again, exercise 4 is the exact same exercise as 1 and 2. In terms of what his scapula and his elbows are doing, in terms of movement, they're all the exact same thing. All he did was change his grip to neutral now. And like I said before, that doesn't change what back muscles you're working at all. So, I mean, overall his information isn't that bad. I would just say 1, 2, and 4, all the exact same exercise. You don't need to do all of them. Pick whichever grip is comfortable for you, but make sure you hinge at the waist. Get as horizontal as you can. Don't do this lifting thing he's doing. Keep your body set and really just scapula, elbows. And that's all you really want to work on in terms of getting your back, right? And focusing those back muscles. Don't worry about your wrist position, whichever is good for you. I personally like neutral because that way I don't have any kind of dumbbell hitting my body or getting in my way. Neutral lets that dumbbell slide to my side. Not that I lift past my body anyway, because that's not what your back is doing. And then his upper and rear delts, that was okay. You know, just to comment about his posture, which I'm not clear about, but just a note on. But so that's that video. And really the biggest, most important thing to take from this video is that wrist position, right? The way your hands are facing is not going to affect your back, right? Grip width could affect the way your elbows move, but really it's just kind of the width and the way the elbows move and shoulder scapular movement, right? Shoulder blade movement is what's going to affect what back muscles are working. So hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you learned something. If so, if you got anything out of this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. I'm just a regular person trying to help other normal people get in shape from home, teach you exercise fundamentals so you can understand what you're doing and not just blindly follow whatever you find online because someone happens to be buff. All right, if you could share it with someone, that'd be also even more amazing. All right, everyone, thank you so much and have a great day.